What are we even making here today? A blueberry cream cheese pie, also known as a blueberry yum yum pie. So it's basically what we're making today is a quick cheesecake. So the only thing we're leaving out is either like a jello or a pudding mix. But in this cookbook, and if you look at a lot of other sort of like housewife cookbooks from the 60s and the 50s, there's a lot of recipes for like quick cheesecakes, which are essentially just cream cheese, and then it's typically like a flavored jello, like a strawberry jello mixed with it. And then it's basically some of the other ingredients of a cheesecake, like heavy cream or whatnot, and then poured into a pre-baked pie crust, chilled, and that's it. That's really all there is to it. So that's essentially what this is. So why don't we go ahead and read the recipe? So blueberry cream cheese pie. It's 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, softened, a full box of powdered sugar, 2 envelopes of Dream Whip, whipped according to directions on box, 1 can of blueberry pie filling. So a few little notes before we start. First off, I'm only making 1 pie, so I'm going to cut everything in half because this is for 2 pies. So I'm going to use half of basically your standard brick size of cream cheese, and then a full box of powdered sugar. I just decided to go with like a little more than a cup of sugar because you're already putting the Dream Whip in this and blueberry pie filling. So it's already gonna be sweet. I don't want it to be like hyper sweet. And some of these recipes are just like really sweet. So I'm gonna just do, I have about 1 1/4 cups once I was done pouring it. So about 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar. And then you might be wondering, what is Dream Whip? So if you've ever been to the grocery store where they have all the jello and the pudding on the wall, and then you look at the very bottom, you'll see these strange little boxes of like Dream Whip. It's still called that actually, or like the store generic. And Dream Whip are these little pouches right here. Dream Whip is actually, it's like a quick whipped cream. It's kind of like Cool Whip in a way, but in a powdered form. And Dream Whip is really easy to make. It's just, you just go by the instructions on here, which are pretty much all the same. It's 1 packet, and then you do 1/2 cup of cold milk, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and then you just whip it. And I am gonna use just an electric beater today. Be real quick, just, it doesn't take too long, just a couple minutes and it's good to go. So why don't we now read the actual directions. So mix cream cheese with powdered sugar, add to Dream Whip, pour into 2 baked pie shells topped with blueberry pie filling, refrigerate until chilled. And this is a good old Mississippi recipe, so I'm sure this is delicious, but you know, I've never, or I should say I never really used like the pie filling like from a can from the store. I think I bought it once because I was curious about it, but I've never really tried it. I mean, it is exactly what you think it is. It's really no different than if you were to make the blueberry pie filling yourself. It's really not a whole lot different. I mean, when you look at the actual ingredients on here, you have blueberry, water, sugar, cornstarch, salt. I mean, that's really all there is to it. It's not really a whole lot different than what you might make on the stovetop. So if you're really debating on, oh, you know, should I, if you're making a like a blueberry pie, say, or something like that, or something that calls for like a blueberry pie filling, you want to save yourself time, just buy the canned version. It's the same thing, especially now with the prices of a lot of like fruits and vegetables and meat. I mean, I don't know how much cheaper it is to make it yourself. I mean, maybe if you bought like a giant like Costco-sized bag of frozen blueberries, then it might be cheaper to do it that way. But in general, maybe just buying the can isn't actually a bad move anymore. All right, so first we're gonna start by making the Dream Whip. So I'm literally just going to take 1/2 cup of cold milk, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, the Dream Whip itself. Now, if you really wanted to go like full on, I want to make this myself, you could make whipped cream yourself. It'd pretty much be the same, although this is a lot more stabilized. So this is, like I was saying, a lot more like a Cool Whip or something like that than like a typical whipped cream. But it's essentially just a whipped cream substitute, which, you know, is very fitting for this pie, considering they're very much in vogue in the 50s and the 60s, because it was all about, you know, how can we do things quicker and cheaper and better. Maybe not better, actually. Let me take that back. Just quicker and cheaper. All right, so now we're just gonna whip this. It'll just be just a couple minutes. And I'll be right back to you when it's done. All right, well, after a few minutes, it kind of comes together a bit. It's whatever consistency you'd call this. It's not as fluffy as I thought it would be, but it's basically kind of like a whipped cream substitute. I don't know. I don't particularly know why in 2026 you would buy this and use this outside of making like a vintage recipe. It's still sold in stores, and stores make their own generic version, so people still buy it, I suppose. So whatever. So now we're just going to take the cream cheese, make sure it's softened at room temperature, and you're going to add, let's say, half of our sugar. And we're just gonna kind of mix it in. Doing too much at once might make a bit of a mess, but like I was saying before at the beginning, this is really just like an instant cheesecake. There's a lot of recipes in this cookbook. There's a whole cheesecake section, and there's like one recipe for an actual cheesecake, like real baked cheesecake. The rest of them are an instant cheesecake. And like I was saying, they're just Jell-O or pudding mix and cream cheese and sugar and sometimes a little bit more than that, but not really. It's just those, and then you combine them and you refrigerate it in like a graham cracker crust, and those usually take like a whole day to chill because they have to really set, because you're using Jell-O or pudding or something like that. While in this case, we're not using that, right? We're just using Dream Whip and cream cheese. So it's not really like this has to sit in your fridge for a whole day or even half a day. I'm gonna guess only a few hours, and it's gonna be good to go. I've made those instant cheesecakes in the past, like years ago, because I was curious what they were like, and they're not bad, but they're not good. They're certainly not as good as a real cheesecake. I will say that, but I mean, considering they have a lot of the same components, it's gonna have a relatively similar taste, but a real cheesecake is just so much better. But it does really show sort of the drive, the push, the idea of the modern kitchen, where you have all of these like instant prepared things, and you can make anything a lot simpler, a lot easier, that you don't have to take a whole, because a real cheesecake genuinely takes about 24 hours from when you make it and when you chill it, and you really want it to get chilled. I would say a good 24 hours. But this was during the time where the thought process was, oh, we can do everything quicker and cheaper and simpler with these new things like new powdered ingredients or canned things or stuff like that. So this cookbook and community cookbooks from this time really reflect that. All right, so now that these are combined, the directions literally just say combine them. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna combine the cream cheese into the Dream Whip. Then we're gonna wanna make sure this is really well mixed together. And like I said, you really have to make sure your cream cheese is at room temperature. Otherwise, especially this part, you're gonna have big lumps of cream cheese in this, and that's not what you want. All right, so we're just gonna mix this together. It's already pretty much mixed. Just checking to make sure there aren't any big lumps in here. Yeah, it's not too sweet. It's definitely sweet though. So, all right. And then, let me double check. That's it. Pour this on top, or pour this, and then put the blueberry pie filling on top. So that's what we're gonna do. And in case you're wondering, I'm just using a graham cracker crust for this. I mean, I couldn't think of anything else more appropriate for this than just a store-bought graham cracker crust. All right, get this in here. All right, well now let's just put the blueberry pie filling on top, I guess. So about half a can. This seems wrong in some way, but I don't know. Everything about this seems wrong. All right. Well, there is our gorgeous blueberry yum yum pie, or blueberry cream cheese pie, or there's various different names in the recipe, but they're pretty much all the exact same thing. Some are slightly different, like some have butter in them, but they're pretty much all the same thing. So now I'm gonna put this in the fridge. Not sure how long it'll take, so we'll see, and then we'll come back and we'll try it, and yeah, hopefully it's good. Well, I tried to cut a piece out of the blueberry yum yum pie, and it sort of fell apart a bit. That's probably on me, but I let it sit for about an hour and a half. Maybe let it sit for a little more time. I mean, it's fairly firm, but still kind of fell apart. That doesn't matter. That won't change its taste. So why don't we try it? See what it's like. It's good. I wouldn't say it's anything special. But it's not bad. Yeah, I would say, if you had to make something quickly, something like this is perfect. I mean, I am having the whole piece, so it can't be that bad, right? Yeah, it's actually not bad. I think if you just told people it was a blueberry cream pie, they'd be perfectly contented with it. I don't think it's bad whatsoever. It's got the perfect amount of sweetness. I wouldn't go any more on the powdered sugar. It's gonna be way too sweet. But they actually turned out really, really well. I'm kind of surprised. I think like I've said, I've had these instant cheesecakes before, and they're kind of, they're okay. They're nothing too special, nothing to write home about, I guess. But you should definitely try it if you want to. If it seems interesting, or you don't really know how to bake that well, and you want to make something pretty simple. This is really simple. It requires no actual baking, right? You're just going to put it in the fridge and come back to it. Again, I would give it more time than I did. Give it something more like 4 hours, maybe 6 hours, and I'll try it later on, but I'd say at least 4 hours, and it'll be a lot more firm. But that wasn't too bad. It didn't completely become a runny mess or something. So I would definitely try it. And if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.